Hi, Dave.
And I'm Scotty.
And we're at Justice Action Day. It's happening at the Hobart College, and there's 500 kids from 22 schools have got together. And Scott, what are they learning?
It's a great turnout, really. We set some goals in 2002, and really we're just getting a catch-up on where we're at, what we can do as individuals, and we're hearing some fantastic speakers, Dave.
Main focus of the day is the Millennium Development Goals, which were agreed to by the United Nations in the year 2000. And they're 8 goals basically designed to alleviate poverty and unnecessary suffering from diseases that are preventable. If the students came away from with one thing today, that would be that we need to lift our foreign aid to 0.7 of a percentage point of gross national income by 2015, and that in living in a country like Australia where you can vote and make your voice heard to our politicians to make that clear that our community wants that to happen.
What it takes to organise a day like today?
It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of people. We've been taking students, staff, past students, anyone with an interest for the day and the success of a day. It's been a huge team and a huge effort to put this together.
Sounds like a huge topic too, Justice Action Day. What exactly does it mean?
Basically it means acting on what we as young people see as important, and what we're highlighting as the important issue is the Millennium Development Goals, 8 goals to half the amount of people living in extreme poverty by 2015. So yeah, it's about action and getting almost 500 students from around the state to act.
I'm speaking with Father Frank Brennan. Thank you for the time this morning.
Pleasure, good to be with you.
Hey, look, I so appreciated your speech this morning. What brings you here today?
I was asked to come down because of the Justice Action Day, with students coming from all over Tasmania, and it's a couple of years since I've been in Tassie, so it's too good an opportunity to let go by. And tomorrow we'll have some sessions also at Guildford Young College. So the opportunity to speak to students from all schools, religious and not, was too good an opportunity to let up on the Millennium Development Goals. And I think also in the church context with Guildford Young College, following up after things like World Youth Day, asking what's the relevance of social justice in the life of faith.
As far as the goals for Australia goes, how are we doing in Australia?
I don't think Australia's doing all that well. I mean, we're a wealthy country, and if we said we'd make a commitment to 0.7% of our gross national income, we're still only about halfway along the path to that. And I think given that we've had budget surpluses for a long time, we could do better there. I think, though, in terms of our aid program in the Pacific, Oceania and Southeast Asia, it's heartening to see the sorts of commitments we have there, particularly in countries like East Timor and Cambodia. But as with everything, we could do more. And one of the points I want to make today is that young people can do more and not just leave it to government.
You've said that you've said that the aim is 0.7%. We're not going to get there. What can we do as individuals in our community?
One suggestion I put to the students was that if they believe 0.7% is the appropriate figure, and if at the moment it's hanging around at 0.32, there's no law against a family getting together and saying, well, for example, we earn $50,000 a year. Really, 0.7% of this should be going towards international aid and development. 0.32 has already been dedicated by the government, so why don't we voluntarily make sure that we put in the extra 0.38%, which if you're on $50,000 a year is about $200 a year, $4 a week. Let's do it.
It's a couple of coffees a week, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've had a lot to do with...
You must have cheap coffee here in Hobart. If we're in Sydney, it'll be only about 1 coffee.
Now, you've had a lot to do with Aboriginal welfare too. Can you tell me what needs to happen in this country with the Aboriginals?
Look, the most important thing in terms of Aboriginal policy is to get back to the idea that we've always got to respectfully consult with and work with Aboriginal Australians. Any idea that Canberra or anywhere else can just come and plonk things on top of Aboriginal communities, those days are gone. They're counterproductive, they're very expensive, and they don't give results.
You mentioned a little bit about climate change in your speech too. How does that affect welfare and poverty?
I think climate change is one of the really big challenges. What we have to face is that one of the benefits, in a sense, of rampant economic development without due consideration for the climate change considerations has been that probably 100 million people have been liberated from poverty in recent years. And so the really big moral question is, how do you get the balance right between economically sustainable care of the environment and appropriate care for those who are living in poverty? in that what tends to happen in the world, no matter what the social policy issue, is the poor tend to be the ones who miss out. And I think we've got to make sure that we do better on this really big question.
All right, well, thanks for being here today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.